thanks to our good fellow, Mr. Adam of Mersey Beers. He was the one who says, can you review these two? So I'm actually going to do a double review, both of them, one after the other. Brew By Numbers, number 5. So one is Citra and Chinook, comes in at 6%. One is East Coast, comes in at 6.2%. So I don't know much about these beers. So we'll start off, shall we say, with the Citra and Chinook. Let me just click on that, so when, if any comments come in, I can actually see the comments and I can actually deal with any issues, just in case, you never know. So click on that top chat. Good evening, or actually good afternoon really, isn't it? It's a bit early in the day. So, Brew By Numbers. I have had one of these before, or maybe two actually. I think one might have been a stout. So, let's have a look on the back. So this is the Citra and Chinook version. So double review, and then I'm going to review something different after that. So on here it says, a modern India Pale Ale brewed with 2 classic American hops, Citra and Chinook. This naturally hazy, it was hard to melt in the microwave, it was fun. This naturally hazy beer bursts with flavours of tropical passion fruit, oh that sounds nice, zesty grapefruit and a subtle bitterness. Search for Beer Hawk at Sainsbury's on YouTube to learn more about this beer and how it is brewed. So, first one on the list, got the glass, and looks like it's going to be a quiet afternoon. Everyone's probably eating their dinner, don't blame them. Right. So, looks a bit of a juice fest of a pour, got to be honest. And obviously, like usual, my pouring skills are not the best. Never have been, never will be. There we go. You can just see the Citra and Chinook as well. So, I'll say an orangey pour with a big head. Certainly get the tropical aroma and the grapefruit elements, certainly. Not really getting the passion fruit at the moment, but you never know. Good evening. Looks a nice pour and something different tonight. And I might do this on a bit more regular. You know where I've got 2 or 3 from the same brewery. And yeah, I'm back to work tomorrow. Yeah. But at least it's not going to chuck it down tomorrow. It's absolutely chucking it down here. And I've been to 2 more Aldis today, and none of the new beers. And I'm getting to this stage where I just think, sod it, I'm not going to go to another one. There's only so many times I can go to a shop. Good evening, sir, your highness. So yeah, I mean, I know some of the some of the Aldi beers have had a bit of a slating from the likes of Simon and Mr. Bullman. Asda. Yeah. Asda needs to update their range, and quickly. It is the crappiest range of beer in all the supermarkets. Even bloody Aldi's got a better range of beer than Asda these days. It's someone. I mean, they can stop using COVID as an excuse. You know, there's so many new beers on the market, and there's so many breweries that can ramp up production of beers, and yeah, I'm not sure where I got these from actually. Might have both been from They might have both been from Low Cost Beer. Yeah. If you've ever been on lowcostbeer.com, brilliant site. And you know, for beers that are cheapish, by October, I would have thought so. Yeah. Yeah. The country can't, the world can't stay in this limbo. Good evening. Yeah, the world can't stay in this limbo continuously, you know. With the vaccines out, with hospital admissions going down all the time, people dying going down, it's only a matter of time. You know, it's sad that all these people have lost so many loved ones. It really is. You know, awful way to go. Better to go quick than being in the hospital and suffering, I suppose. I mean, it's a toughie, isn't it? So, definitely got the grapefruit on the nose. You know, you get that tropical nose on it. And obviously, I don't think YouTube sent out a notification. The little email. Oh well. Nice bite to it. The passion fruit's starting to hit home now. Oh, there's a bit more in the can. Hey, waste not, want not. Back to work tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad I work in a decent job. The beer is 6%. So I'll put it there so you can see it. You can just, can you? No, it's better there. Yeah, I'll leave it there. You can actually see the Citra and Chinook. You can't see the ABV. So yeah, 6%, tastes like a 6%er as well. Well, it's a good looking beer. Good looking, juicy beer. I did get it from Low Cost. I'm sure I did. Because I've got the other one as well. So, yeah, another one. Another Brew By Numbers number 5. East Coast version. I'm wondering if they use the same sort of thing that Colonel Brewery do with their pale ales, where they brew their pale ale and then they add the hops afterwards. And they have the same pale ale but with different versions of hops, like 10 different versions. It's an interesting concept. It's a way of getting different beers out there. And I suppose if the hops are the thing that make the flavour, then you can understand why they do it. Bit strange doing a beer review at 4:30 in the afternoon. Actually doing a live at 4:30. Although I dropped a bollock earlier. Favourite styles of beer. I love the stronger beers, got to be honest. You know, I'm a massive Imperial Stout fan. Yeah, I love Imperial Stouts. Flavours. Rum and raisin, plum, ginger, butterscotch. They are the box tickers for me. But you know, there are some good supermarket beers that still can take on the craft stuff. In my opinion, anyway, for what that is. Right. So they have actually gone down the. I've got a review coming up later. Yeah, I've just reviewed something, a wine. Yeah, my face still hurts from the wine. You might laugh at that review, but so yeah, they're doing what Colonel Brewery are doing with theirs then, where they just change the hops. Ah, interesting. It's got tasting beer. It's got a bit of bollocks behind it. Good evening. It's definitely beer o'clock. Your name is perfect. It could well be. Yeah, I reviewed my pear wine, and oh my god, my face afterwards. Right, yeah. I suppose when you bring in so many versions of the similar stuff out, you keep keeping the numbers a good thing. I suppose. I don't know. in that respect. Tomcat, never heard of that. No, 9.3%. That's got some hairy nads on it, hasn't it? And I've not heard an email klaxon go out, so YouTube's failed me. Oh well. It'll just be as a lot tonight. Smaller but quieter number. At least I won't get idiots like I had last night, but hey, you get them, don't you? Quite a nice bite to it. Now for an IPA, it's got some good intensity in its flavours. And that, you know, with some of these juicy beers, I find that some mask the ABV so massively. I mean, I think it was an 8.5% the other day, and you couldn't tell it was that. You know, it didn't even taste like a 4%. Good afternoon. Very well, thank you. Albeit cold and wet. I've got the radiator on, but it's not kicked in yet. Salt ICAT. I like Salt Beer Factory. You know, they are doing some good stuff since they've came into the realms of oh no. You know, as a beer reviewer and as a person, as a gardener, you're always learning. So I like to listen to what people say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong. You know, if I'm wrong, that's it. You know, and what I love about the beer review community is there are people who know a lot more than you, and certainly know a lot more about certain things than you do. So learning and, you know, listening to what you're saying and learning, it's great for me. It's like an online lesson in beer. And yeah, I mean, we all, there's stuff, none of us are perfect. We don't know everything, you know. If you do, you know, well, bless you. But yeah, it's nice to get that interaction and that feedback. Yeah, they probably should have carried on doing that sort of numbering, really. It does feel, yeah. Yeah, it's a pity they didn't carry that numbering on. It keeps it more specific. Physics draft pour machine. San Miguel. Can't wait to get back to Spain. You know, I do miss the foreign holidays. I love theme parks. So, Salou in Spain, near Barcelona, where Portaventura is, and we love going there. We've been there 5 times. And I absolutely love roller coasters. You know, that going on the roller coaster where you fear that you're going to die on the roller coaster. You know, it's a great feeling. You know, coming off as well is lovely. An old bottle of barley wine, 1975, 17%. Shit. Is that still drinkable at that? I mean, 17%. Oh, we was given some. Good evening. Bell time. It's actually going to be a longer review this time because 1975 for a bottle. Whew. Bloody hell. Depending on the brewery, that could be an amazing price for that beer. And good evening good afternoon rather, to the Isle of Man. I hope it's not chucking it down there like it is here. It's absolutely piddling down in Nottingham. So if you think that I'm watching that, I'm looking the comment. I've got a laptop with my comments on there, just in case for some strange reason I missed them in front of me. But also because on the laptop, the comment, just in case people think, why does he keep looking that way? I do like barley wines. I mean, my dad did, and yeah, it didn't do him any favours, to be fair. He was a bit of a lad. He was about 6'4". I obviously didn't get some of those genes because I'm only 5'7". And morning. And yeah, he liked his barley wine. And there used to be a pub in St Anne's. I was brought up in basically the rough area of Nottingham. And the Day Magnus Mellors in St Anne's, it's gone now. It's basically just a load of weeds. They knocked it down, never put on it. I wonder why. And I mean, his mate cleared the pub one night, you know, got fisticuffs out and just gave everybody in the pub a good hiding. And yeah. But yeah, he liked his barley wine. And he liked his Shipston's Brewery back in the day. He loved that. Old Tom's, bless you. Yes, Mother's Day today, quite an early Mother's Day. So for me, it's been an expensive weekend because I've had the wife's birthday yesterday and bloody Mother's Day today. And after I've done these live reviews at 6 o'clock-ish, I'm going back up the house to cook dinner. So, you know, man duties, as it were. So basically, after last night and all the kerfuffle last night with idiots, the spanners are basically, oh yeah, it looks like orange juice, doesn't it? The spanners are people who are moderators, just in case we get any idiots coming on the chat, fucking about like I did last night. You know, posting shit or being abusive. And for the people who are moderators, they can sort them out. I've got a wine review coming up later, so I'm going to do 2 beer reviews in one. Yeah. After last night, I mean, I've never needed moderators before, but last night there was just some. I don't know if it was little kids or dickheads, but we seemed to get a splurge of them coming on. 4 or 5, and I thought, fucking hell, and yeah. And I've never had that on any live review I've ever done. I've had one person say something, someone came on and said nonce about a week ago. And yeah, that was nice, yeah. I'd love to meet the bloke in public. He'd get a right pasting, but, and I'm a little bloke, but I'd give the twat a pasting. You know, brave keyboard warriors. But, yeah, last night, it must have been because it was I don't do 8 o'clock Saturday night jobbies. Yeah, and luckily, because there was 52 of us in here at one stage yesterday, you know, quite a lot of people online, bless them. And, you know, watching me on a Saturday night, I couldn't think of anything worse. And, you know, but it was a good laugh. And these people came on, acted the twat, and I knew nothing about moderators. And now I know how to add people as moderators. And it's great because if someone does come on acting the idiot, you know, you can knock them off. Yeah, it was interesting to do the plum beers, you know. But it did throw me off. You know, I've not come across it. I'm a webmaster. My website is DC. Good afternoon. My website is dcemu.co.uk. My website is all about hacking game consoles and stuff like that. And some little child, I presume it was a child, and obviously mates and other idiots, somebody's been trying to hack my son's computer. He's got autism. He's probably a bit gullible, if you know. And I changed all his accounts last night. Thank you. And yeah, all the accounts last night, so it won't happen again. But maybe he gave his password out to somebody at one stage. And but you know, that's life, isn't it? You know, we all come across dickheads in life. And Sadly, you know, this first time in 2.5 years of doing beer reviews. Sunday's a good time to have a beer, isn't it? Let's be fair, because Monday's coming tomorrow, and if you're in a shit job, you need a beer. And I try and be a nice person, so why they targeted me, God knows. Yeah. I mean, I've worked on public parks. I've had my own website for nearly 20 years. So I know all about the trolls and the idiots. First time last night experiencing properly, you know. And that's why there's a lot of the regulars that I remembered last night. And I was just banging loads of people on. You ain't got work in the morning, bastard. I fucking have. Oh. But I need to make sure I lay off the beer a bit earlier tonight. Bishop's finger. And you know, that's so wrong, isn't it? Bishop's finger. Why the hell did they call? I'd love to. I used to work nights, yeah. I mean, it was awful leaving the family. I don't even know what would come on this channel. You know, it's only a beer review channel. Why they would come on? But hey, you know, idiots do what idiots do. Good evening. Have a good one. Ah, yeah. I forget that. So I'm there looking across and thinking, because obviously the YouTube's algorithms seem to kick in, don't they? And it's funny because obviously on this video, YouTube's notification hasn't gone out. And I can't post, I can post on YouTube because I've got my computer. So let me open up a new tab. A minute. Here we go. So this is an interesting way. Let me just open up a new tab. Fuck me. YouTube. And tell people that I'm actually doing a live. And just for those that are interested and not eating their Sunday dinners and I can't remember how you do it now. That's what you get for having a drink. You forget how to do things, don't you, when you've had a drink. Right. So my channel. Oh, click on that thing up there. Create. That's it. Create post. Right, I'll put down. I'm on. You don't get this on other beer reviews, do you? Live. YouTube. No, it's a jacket. It's my green jacket. Covered with my face mask. Dun, dun, dun. That's what I use in supermarkets. So walk around the supermarkets looking like a fucking robber. Imagine doing a beer review, one of these on. You look a right twat, wouldn't you? Fuck's sakes. And I can't breathe in them either. So I put down no notifications. Although, to be fair, a lot of people will probably be going, cheers. I try to be witty, you know. There we go. So I've posted that. Here we go. Right. I've lost the chat now. Okay, now. And I'm watching me with my face mask on. That's hilarious. There we go. Oh, you're doing the cream egg home brew stout. Can't fault you doing beer reviews. You know, for me, beer reviewing, it's you know, it's what I would say with Cadbury's cream egg, depending on how you do it. I think Simon used a blender to smash the chocolate up. There we go. I can see it now. Better. So Simon used a blender. Real Ale craft beer, Simon. our little Welsh friend. Oh, fucking hell. Could you imagine if you did? Be hilarious, wouldn't it? Now, if you like your stout that you're drinking, and then you do the Cadbury's cream, right? Yeah, there's different ways of doing it. I was going to do it the same. Get a pan of water, heat it, and put a jug in or something just to bubble it up and eat it that way. But the wife says fastest way is to do it in the microwave. So it's an interesting concept. And let me know how you all get on. I'm interested myself to see how it goes. I am like a kid in a sweet shop. I can't help it. It's just the way I am, you know. It's just. So with this beer, tropical nose, mainly grapefruit, and there was a hint of passion fruit. The taste, passion fruit, it's in there. It's okay, 6%. I'm definitely feeling the ABV. Bloody hell, am I just? It's a bit early in the day. I don't even start drinking until 6 normally. When I do the reviews, I try and leave the, you know, that'll be my first drink of the day. Nowadays, I'm getting better, slightly better anyway, not totally better. Today, I did too early. I did a review earlier and I didn't even know that I put the live on. You've just had Sunday dinner and cheesecake. Wow. Yeah. I'm cooking garlic and herb chicken crown from Aldi. And we've got some frozen veg, probably broccoli, cauliflower, maybe carrots if I've got. And I'm going to do some crispy potatoes. You can't beat a drink, can you? You know, having a drink, having a chat, living a bit of life, enjoying things. It's what life's about. It's not about getting pissed at your face and being abusive. That side of things, no. But having a chat, you know, since I've done beer reviews, and especially these last few months with all the live beer reviews, it's been so interesting. Met so many characters, such an interesting time. It does chill you out, yeah, it does. There's a thing between pissed at your face. The problem with being pissed at your face is then you start upsetting people because, you know, they don't like it when you're pissed. But if you're chilled, having a drink, it's all good. I'm just a bit peed off that YouTube hasn't sent the notification out. But hey, you know, obviously, if people are watching YouTube, they'll see. And if they're not, they'll watch it later at some stage anyway. So the first of the Brew By Numbers beers, and this was a request from the very good Adam of Mersey Beers, reviews fame on YouTube. Great bloke. Love his so bloody knowledgeable on beers. Rightio. Yeah, he's so knowledgeable on beers. I find him to be like an and it's going to be very interesting to when he comes to Nottingham's Beer Festival, Robin Hood Beer Festival, to listen to him. I mean, he hasn't got a massive amount of subscribers. I don't think he does it for that reason. People do, people don't. He's just obviously he just likes his beer. I think Untapped is more his thing. But great bloke. No, not really. Not hear it in anyway. No. No, usually it comes up. You know, if it cuts out, it tells me it's cutting out. It's been quite smooth, to be fair. So, Citra and Chinook. It says it's grapefruit, passion fruit. Yeah, I did get those elements. I certainly got the ABV. It's gave me a right thumping. And it's only 5:20. So I've got to be careful. So yeah, I'll get a right bollocking if I'm walking pissed up. Yeah, it was a nice enough beer. I enjoyed it. There we go. Arkels. That does ring a bell, you know. Good evening from Turkey. I am right, aren't I? Please tell me I'm right. I try to remember where people are from. I'm like a kid waiting for the comment there. Been an interesting beer, this one. Juicy, obviously. Right. Yeah, I'm on 4G, but I'm also I slightly catch a bit of Wi-Fi now and again. And in future, I need to sort out a proper, try and get Wi-Fi down the make it right. It may be the fact that I get one of my computer base units and just use them as a Wi-Fi hub, so that I'm not using all my data, because it does swallow up some data. I've used 4. Oh right. Maybe YouTube are playing up. Yeah, I probably need to get myself a decent laptop at some stage. No notifications. And it's early in the day as well. So, hey ho. People will come on later. They'll watch it later at some stage, I suppose. I didn't want to clash with Scott and Wonder and Dean's Beer Reviews. Just, you know, even though I normally do them about 6 o'clock, I didn't want to clash. In the spirit of being a decent person. So yeah, anyway, I definitely got the passion fruit. I certainly got the ABV. Woof. Quite bloody strong, if I'm being honest. A nice enough beer. Interesting that they do the same thing as Colonel Brewery beer, but use different hops to get the different taste. Very interesting. From a home brewer background, this using hops to bring out the taste, you know, for me, it's still a learning process, an interesting process. So, 32 minutes in on one. Jesus, crack on. Lithuania. My son's been to Lithuania. He went to Latvia and Lithuania, I think about 3 years ago now. So, out of 5 for this fella. Ooh, a good 4.2 out of 5. Yeah, want a bad beer, and I've got to say, it has given me something. So, just going on a slight tangent. Born in London, bless you. Did anybody watch that thing last night? The vigil for the woman that by police, and the police officers going in heavy-handed. What the fuck? Yeah, it was. What was that about? Why the hell would you go in heavy-handed on people doing like a sign of vigil? Like in, you know, it was wrong on all counts. It's not like they were doing some shitty protesting. Yeah. I don't understand what went off. You know, I don't watch a lot of the news because, to be honest, I can't stand it. So this is another. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? What the fuck were they playing about? You know, surely these policemen have got brains. Yeah, it's, you know, as a topic of conversation. I mean, Kate Middleton, you know, Princess Kate, really. She went down, she did her respects, bless her, good girl, and very pretty. Phew. She wipes the floor with Meghan, and that's not being me being horrible to Meghan, but she is stunning. I always have beer spelling mistakes. for some reason, I went on Scott and Wander's comments the other day, and I posted something, and instead of saying Wanda, it said Amanda. And I bet they're thinking, why the fuck did he put Amanda? Yeah, well, outside you don't really need a mask, do you? But, you know, it's strange, isn't it, that the police went in so heavy-handed. So this is the East Coast version of BB5. So I'll pour a bit out anyway and see how we go. Good evening, Mr. Steve. I do apologise for no YouTube notifications. God knows what they were playing at. So we're doing a double bill of Brew By Numbers BB05. I've already done the Citra and Chinook. This is the East Coast. I'm already feeling half pissed. One does apologise for the rudeness. And where's my thing? I'll read the back. So yeah, it's a quite a number tonight. In some ways, it makes you wonder. No. The work in the greenhouse is ongoing, especially at work. So at work, I've got a former wedding marquee, 12 meters by 6 meters. I went to Audi yesterday, and Audi, you know, if you're interested in growing your own stuff, they've got 8 packs of seeds in one packet for 99 pence. Herbs, there's herbs in one, veg in another, and rightio. I'm glad you said that now, because my brain's like a sieve. I'll try. If I don't get too pissed up, I'll try and jump on and at least jump in the comments. Bless you. So anyway, on the back here, it says, a modern India Pale Ale brewed with 2 classic American hops. Hold on. Do apologise. Drunken twat. I'm reading the wrong fucking can. One does apologise, you know. And as you know, none of these videos are edited. What you see is what you get. I do apologise for the profanity, especially if there's children in the background. And I know that some of the good people watch and their children are in the background. And there's a friend of the channel. I call them friends. Calling people subscribers is bollocks, isn't it? In my personal view. And his name's I think it's Damon Hodson, and I hope it's right. But his little kids come on and says, "Aren't you watching Raggy tonight, Dad?" "Aren't you watching Raggy tonight, Dad?" And that chuckles me. And I've seen the kids, lovely kids, lovely family as well. You know, really nice family, and yeah, it's quite funny, really, isn't it? But anyway, so East or West. In the name of experimentation, we have created a version of each style brewed with the same quantities of Laurel, Citra, Summit, Chinook, and Zeus hops, but using a different yeast for each. That's quite interesting. I'll catch up with the comments in a second. Our East Coast version brings a typical haze for the style, with juicy hops, low bitterness, and a smooth, soft finish. Our West Coast version, which I'm not reviewing, pours brighter with a pronounced and assertive bitterness, as well as notes of citrus and pine. So sometimes the magnifying glass works really well, and sometimes I have to do the odour, close my eye and actually look, because if I look with 2 eyes, I'm getting 2 lots of stuff at the same time. Right. So anyway, what it doesn't say, it doesn't really tell you any hints to how it tastes. Bless you. Yeah. So talking about one eyes, my mum, as a seven, she lived a troubled teenage life. For some strange reason, my grandma basically offloaded two of her children to a convent. So my mum lived in the convent for the first 16, 17 years of her life. She came out of the convent. Obviously, you wonder, these are back in the days. I mean, this is back in the 60s probably at the time. And, you know, it's a different world back then. Back to now, you know, today's world is a lot better. Yeah, there's issues. The world's not a perfect place. None of us are perfect. You look in the mirror, we can all see what we do wrong, you know. And I think as an 18-year-old, she was at a football match or something along them lines, and someone basically got a bottle and whaff straight in her face, and it blinded her in one eye. So she had a false eye. And I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. And she had a false eye, so she could only ever see out of one eye. And her party trick, bless her, was to get the eye out, a false eye. She used to pop the false eye out and put it on the table and say to the person, I'm keeping an eye on you, and then just walk off. And fucking, you know, as things go, you know, for one, you're looking at somebody, you think, yeah, you know, you can't tell they've got, you know, one eye. You look at one eye, you think there's something a bit different with that eye. And then when she just picks the eye out and puts it on the table, and it's like, fucking hell, what's this about? And she used to freak people out. Wow. So, and to think that there's only 12 of us here. Oh, she was quite the formidable personality. Yeah. She had her issues. Good afternoon. Dry neck's okay, you know. I mean, we all drink what we drink, and no one should ever. I come from a poor background, you know. I'm not. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, it doesn't bother me that if I'm drinking cheap stuff or expensive stuff, you know. Being from a poor background, I'd rather not pay for expensive beers. But, you know, if the cheaper stuff tastes okay, then fair play. And, you know, we all have beers that we like. And, you know, I like Ginger Tom. It's like £1.30 a bottle. Love it. And would put it happily alongside some of the £10 beers that I've tried. So, proper juice fest of a beer. Yeah, it's quite funny that the notification didn't go out, and I've got to watch the time as well because I need to be off just after 6. Red Stripe, yes, I've reviewed it as well. Yeah, true Jamaican beer. Good evening. Why is your name different then? Oh, sorry. Obviously not a Goathead. No. I was actually. Yeah. So yeah, I got sent these from Goathead. You threw me for a second. I thought it was actually Goathead. And Dave, as I know him. And he sent me these and different. And I need to do some I've only just found my drill. So I need to sort that out. Yeah. The next beer review, it's not going to be orange juice. You can still get Red Stripe, definitely. You know, it's all about what beer takes your fancy. And prices of beers as well, definitely. Wow, what's happening at 7:30 then? Oh, tell you what, I did my pear wine before I went on. So I've got a review coming later of my pear wine, and the beer, it's fucking hell, it's hitting me like a brick. I feel tanked. I've got to go up the arse as well. So I was going to review Carlsberg Special Brew. Yeah, they do. I've seen it in red. I've seen it today in, and good evening. I've seen it today in Home Bargains, and you've just reminded me, good evening. So I was going to review something strong after these two beers, but I daren't now. I'm already off tanked. Yeah, as soon as it warms up, I mean, Jesus Christ, this time last year, it was already warm. When I get the spare pennies, good evening. I do apologise for YouTube. No notifications. Ridiculous, isn't it? Is Mersey Beers doing a live as well? I know Thomas is as well. I'm on it. I get hungover most days, to be fair. So Mersey Beers is doing a live tonight as well. Didn't know that. After about 6 o'clock, I'm in my kitchen doing. I'll be checking on people's lives and stuff. I do like Leffe beers. Yeah, I've reviewed about 5 of them. Yeah, they are on the channel. You can search for them on the channel, definitely. So, quick toilet break. I can't wait any longer. I'm absolutely dying. That's the only problem doing 2 different beers. Oh, yeah. Piss break this time of day. Ridiculous. One does apologise. Thank God I've got the pissing spot. And the birds, yeah, the birds, could you hear the birds singing? Yeah, I'm out there having the piss and all the birds, yeah, I do apologise, you know. I do apologise. If any ladies are watching, you know, I do really apologise, you know. You don't worry about me having a wee-wee. St. Peter's Honey, their kits are cheap this week, something like 18 quid for a kit. You couldn't hear the water, could you? Surely no. Oh, you couldn't hear. Fuck you. You couldn't hear water, could you? Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway. I needed the big wee-wee. Got to admit. Got to say, this phone of mine can pick up the noise. Something unbelievable. Yeah, I've got sanitizer at the door. Yeah. And the funny thing is, when it comes to the October Beer Festival, I might actually put some sanitizer on the door just for the crack. Travelling Brews are live. I didn't even know he was. He did lives. Ooh. My piss is sanitizer. It's beer. So anyway, I actually enjoyed the Citra and Chinook much more than this beer. It was tropical. I mean, it's got some bite to it. I'm trying to go back into beer review mode instead of pissed up raggy mode. And when I go back in the house, I'll have to hibernate into the kitchen until I've sobered up a bit. One does apologise for being pissed up, you know, at fucking 5 o'clock at night, 20 to 6, Jesus, steaming. Ooh, 14 Belgium and Spanish craft beers. That does sound nice. I really can't wait to go back abroad, you know, just getting back to normality, you know, living life as we normally do, going abroad. I mean, when you look at beers, Nottingham has got none of these new Audi beers. Carlisle has, Wales have, but Nottingham certainly hasn't. It does you nothing. What was that? Bad disinfectant? Perlenbacher. Yeah, and you know, with cheap beers, it's all about you know, you don't expect you don't expect cheaper beers to be top quality. If you've paid a tenner for a beer, you will want that to be one of the best beers you've ever had, because if you're paying that price, you want it to be decent. So, what's this one? Okay, now one can. I've done that trick a bit ago. So there's a bit more left in. So one does apologise. I nearly killed the review off them. There we go. So this is a 6.2% India Pale Ale, East Coast, BB/5. Although BB/5 doesn't mean a lot because they do a lot of BB/5s these days. This was Adam of Mersey Beers. He actually was the one who asked me to review it. I know he's going around doing the Mothering Day thing, so bless you. Yeah. So on the pour side of things, I would say it looks like an orangey pour. It looks like pop, and I need to come off the pop. I've had enough pop today, although be it boozy pop. Little Whitehead on the nose. There's a hint of tropics on the nose. Certainly not the beer that this was. You're actually in a pub doing a beer live. Bless you. Yeah, the spanners because of the moderating thing, yeah. After last night, I thought to myself, I need to just dab a load of people, you know, to stop idiots coming on, ruining what is a good community, you know. And I think, God, I feel steaming. Fucking hell. Absolutely steaming. And I've got another beer review yet. Hey, bring it on. So, got to say, didn't rate this. Good evening. And sad to say, you're coming at the end of the beer review. I'm going to put another beer review straight on afterwards. YouTube, for some strange reason, didn't send any notifications out, which is why a lot of people you know, missed out tonight, but I suppose they'll watch it later, you know, they'll catch up. So another India Pale Ale, and to me, Brew By Numbers do what Colonel Brewery do in London, where they have their BB/5 and what they do is have different hops at the bottom. So this is the East Coast. The one I reviewed slightly earlier on this same version is the Citra and Chinook. Colonel Brewery do the same. They do a pale ale, and yeah, they do a pale ale, but they add lots of different hops, and the hops obviously give off different flavours. So it's interesting, you know. It's as a fan of beers, you know, above anything about reviewing, you know, it's interesting that hops make such a difference. So, keen to kill this beer review off and start on the next one. Yeah, it's been an interesting afternoon, Brew by Numbers. I didn't rate this. Good evening, or afternoon rather. I'm not used to coming on this early in the afternoon. It's strange. I'm usually start at 6 o'clock, not finish at 6. Yeah. This is the East Coast version. Got to say, not as good as the Citra and Chinook that I reviewed earlier. Out of 5? No, I ain't actually, but I'm going to in the future. I'm going to play around with hops, have a good play around, as it were. For me, this one, yeah, it was tropical tasting. It wasn't as intense as the other beer. And, wow, I feel tanked. Fucking hell. Pissed up beer review coming next. Yay. 5 for me. Definitely about a 4.1 out of 5. The last one was about a 4.3, if I remember rightly. Although being half pissed. Fucking hell. When I go up the house, I need to walk into the kitchen and not talk to the wife. Because if I talk to the wife, I'm getting a bollocking. As you do, and it's Mother's Day. So no bollockings today. Yeah, been an interesting Brew by Numbers double bill. So there's both of them, the Citra and Chinook, which won by a mile, and there's the India Pale Ale. That one was by far the better beer, in my opinion. And oh, I've got some beers I'm going to brew soon. Yeah, more imperial beers. I've got some interesting kits that I want to brew. So, back in about 2 minutes. Thank you for watching and commenting, subscribing, liking, and all that malarkey. And see you in about 2 minutes. So, if you refresh my channel, you'll see me come back. I do apologise, but got to kill the reviews off to come back. Back in a minute. Cheers. Well, if I can turn the fucking thing off.